once a week. But work, life, family, things happen, so it's been a hectic week, but I am finally able to put up a video for you guys. So, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, welcome to my ASMR channel, and thank you for watching. Want to just give a quick thank you to all of my subscribers. As you probably know, I recently passed 100 subscribers, which was a really cool milestone. So thank you to everybody that has liked, commented, subscribed, shared, and just interacted with my channel. I appreciate all of the constructive criticism and feedback that I've been given, and I will do my best to try and get better with this. But anyway, I want to jump right into tonight's video. For tonight, I just wanted to do something kind of laid back, and like my older videos when I started, just simple kind of tonight. So, for tonight, I have this book here, Animals, Fascinating Wildlife from Around the World. I got this book at Barnes & Noble in their book annex, where they have like discount books, cheap books. I got a lot of books from there. But for tonight, I wanted to just do a video of animal facts. I thought that could be fun. So I picked out a bunch of my favorite animals that are in this book, and I just thought that I could read off some facts and information about them, and hopefully this video can be relaxing, entertaining, as well as educational. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, I'm going to start with probably my favorite species of animals, which are bears. Bears. I love bears. Anybody that knows me knows that I love bears, and I want a bear. But I've been told that I am not allowed to have a bear. So, we'll see what happens, because I'm not having it. So, we're going to start here at the section of the book that has the bears. The book is kind of structured, a table of contents, by like species. So, the first animal here that we're going to do some facts about is a favorite, I think, of a lot of people. The giant panda. We love pandas. We love Panda Express. Okay, so this is a raccoon, but this is the page on the giant panda. There's some illustrations and a wildlife photography picture there. I hope you guys can kind of see. This book is really cool. It was like $10. conservation movement. The giant panda faces an uncertain future. Its current population is thought to consist of 1,000 to 3,000 individuals. Yeah, I have it on good authority that conservation, like having pandas in a zoo, is kind of what's keeping the species alive, actually, because they do struggle a lot in the wild for a variety of reasons. So, let's get some vital statistics on these guys. They can weigh from 220 to 330 pounds. Males are known to be heavier. They are herbivores, feeding on 25 different types of bamboo. I didn't even know there were 25 types of bamboo. It says occasionally eats meat, even catching bamboo rats. I wonder if there are 25 types of bamboo rats. Lifespan is 20 to 30 years. Where in the world? So, just a side note, each page for each animal has these like different parts, like vital statistics, where in the world, animal facts. So I'm going to try to go over those. Just a heads up, I'm trying to make this video a longer one. I've been trying to do that for a while, so I'm trying to make this video like an hour. I'm hoping that it's a video that can be something you can put on in the background if like you're just hanging out or trying to relax or studying. Funny enough, a lot of times when I'm cleaning, like when I'm cleaning the apartment, I like to just put ASMR on, in the background. Anyway, restricted to China, occurring in the southwest of the country. Yep, I figured that. And, okay, animal facts. The giant panda is an anomaly, a bear equipped for a carnivorous diet, which is adapted to a highly specialized vegetarian diet. The problem is that the bamboos die after flowering, leaving giant pandas at risk of starvation. In the past, this was not a major issue because they could move elsewhere, but clearance of bamboo forests is curtailing their movements. This is why the creation of reserve for the species is so critical to their survival. So yeah, like I was saying earlier, environmental issues, human impact on the environment, so they definitely are a little more reliant on us now to take care of them. And luckily they are super cute too. So alright, so that was the giant panda. Now next I'm gonna go over, these aren't my favorite. We'll get to my favorite bear, but these are very common. We're gonna do the North American black bear and the brown bear, okay? So they are on the same kind of page here. Got the black bear and the brown bear, okay? Got some illustrations, some pictures I want to share with you guys. Hopefully you can see them. Like I said, a super visually stunning book too. So I like picture books. Okay, North American black bear. These particular bears favor thickly forested mountainous areas. They are highly territorial, with individual males occupying areas of up to 40 square miles. That's a big territory. Weight, anywhere from 135 to 310 pounds. Males are heavier. Omnivores, yep. Feeding on fruits, berries, plants, nuts, seeds, carrion, fish, and deer. Can live up to 32 years. As per the name, they live in North America, Alaska, Canada. That's actually really interesting. It says that they can extend through the western U.S. down to Mexico, Florida, and Georgia in the south. That's really interesting. This is the smallest of the 3 species of North American bear. As in all cases, the cubs are tiny at birth. They can weigh as little as 8 That's so cute. But grow rapidly on their mother's rich milk in her den. By the time they emerge in spring, they may have grown to 11 pounds. That's incredible. The family then have to be wary of encountering male bears, which will seek to kill the cubs before ultimately mating with the female. There's a lot of competition out there. Okay, the brown bear. The overall range of these bears has shrunk significantly in the face of increasing urbanization. That's us. But hunting pressures have also played a part in their decline. Why would you hunt a bear? Their weight can be anywhere from 213 to 1,500 pounds. Those are big bears. Omnivores as well, eating fruit, vegetation, carrion invertebrates, different animals. The ancestors of today's brown bears crossed into North America over what has since become the Bering Strait, at a time when this area was land. This explains why today the distribution of the species is centered on the western side of North America. As a result of global warming, brown bears are now starting to push further northwards, expanding their range. They prefer relatively open areas of countryside, although in Europe and Asia they usually inhabit forests. So brown bears are everywhere. Yeah, North America, Europe, Asia, Scandinavia, you name it. There's a brown bear. Okay. Now, we're getting into my favorite bear. So this page here has two bears as well. The grizzly bear and my favorite, the Kodiak bear. I love Kodiak bears. They're super giant. I want to believe they're the biggest, but polar bears are technically bigger. But I think Kodiak bears are the biggest. That's my story. I love Kodiak bears ever since I saw a video of this older couple. I forgot where they were, somewhere in the United States. And they have like 12 Kodiak bears that they've raised up since they were cubs. And I'm very jealous because, as I said about like 9 minutes ago, I really want a bear. Okay. The grizzly bear. This particular race of the brown bear is characterized by its grizzled or grayish fur, thanks to coloration at the tips of its hairs. Alright, their weight is anywhere from 330 to 1,322 pounds. Those are big bears. Omnivorous, eating fruit, vegetation, carrion, and animals. Can live up to 30 years in the wild and up to 40 in captivity. Wow, that's amazing. Alright, roaming over vast areas, grizzly bears are mainly vegetarian, but they will also hunt a variety of prey, particularly deer of various types. They are territorial, and most attacks on people can be explained by the bear's poor eyesight, which suggests the person is a rival bear. They think we're bears. I wish I was a bear. In spite of their weight, grizzlies can run fast at speeds equivalent to 37 miles per hour. Wow, and they can also climb and swim well. They face few dangers apart from being hunted by man. Yep. North America, Alaska, Canada, northern states. Okay, now my favorite. The Kodiak bear. So beautiful, I want a Kodiak bear. Somebody get me a Kodiak bear immediately. This is the largest of the brown bears, whose range includes the Kodiak archipelago in the Gulf of Alaska, where salmon is their main prey. They love that Alaskan salmon. They're huge. They can be anywhere from 350 to 1,500 pounds. Also omnivorous, but they love that salmon in Alaska, okay? Yeah, lifespan in the wild, 20 to 30 years, up to 40 in captivity. I know that family I mentioned earlier. They have one. I think he's like 21 years old, and he's so cute, and he just wants to hug you. And I love bears. Okay, the lives of Kodiak bears are closely interwoven with their environment. They start to enter dens in the autumn and will spend the winter slumbering in them, relying on their stores of body fat to sustain them. By the following spring, the bears may have lost a third of their body weight. Wow. They mate around midsummer, but development of young is delayed cubs, which are about the size of rats. It's incredible that they grow that big, but also that's so cute. They're born early in the following year. Okay, that's my favorite, the Kodiak bear. Alright, the last bear, and then we'll move on to another species that I really love. I have a reference here written down for me. But the last bear, you named it. It's the polar bear. Look at that polar bear. One fact that's not in this book is that polar bears really love Coca-Cola, and they love it in a glass bottle like the classic, okay? So, if you ever see a polar bear, get him a Coke, alright? At least, that's what the commercials say. Okay. The biggest member of its family, the polar bear also ranks as the largest terrestrial carnivore and can represent a real danger to people. I knew it was the largest bear, I didn't know it was the largest terrestrial carnivore. That's really awesome. Yeah, I know there's that. I think it's, if it's black, fight back. If it's brown, lie down. And then, like, if it's white, lights out or something like that. Basically, it's, I guess, common knowledge that a black bear, in a situation of a black bear attack, I guess you would call, a lot of times they're just scared of us, but you want to fight back, make yourself bigger, that whole thing. And then a brown bear, you want to play dead. And a polar bear, you're gone. Unless you're me. I bet the polar bear would love me. I actually saw a video of a guy. You can really see how much I love bears. Swimming with this polar bear was so cute. Yeah, carnivorous, you guessed it. Fish, reindeer, carrion, vegetation. Doesn't say this, but people. And Coca-Cola. Lifespan is 20 to 30 years. 45 in captivity. That's amazing. Beneath the skin is a layer of blubber, up to 4 inches thick. This protects against the cold and provides buoyancy when the bears are swimming. They're so cute when they swim. Gotta check it out. The melting of the Arctic ice cap is reducing the hunting opportunities for the bears on the ice itself, forcing them to swim longer distances. Females give birth in dens dug in the snow, where the temperature will be significantly warmer than outside. And yeah, Arctic animals, they're northern. Sometimes they can be found in northern Canada as well. Just a side note before we finish bears, because I just saw the picture and it's so cute. Look at this black bear. Look at him. Look at him lounging. He's such a good boy. Or girl. Okay. Next, we're going to move on to tigers. I love big cats. I'm not much of a domestic cat person, sorry. But I love big cats, and tigers are beautiful, and I love them. So, now what I chose is the Siberian and the Bengal tiger, which are, the common tiger you would see. They're on the same page, so let me show you. So we have the Siberian and the Bengal tiger. Very beautiful animals, very powerful animals. I don't know if they're my second favorite to bears, but I love them. Okay. Siberian tiger. This is the largest of the 9 races of tiger and the biggest member of the cat family. I knew that. Unfortunately, it is close to extinction. Yes, Siberian tigers are endangered. They can be anywhere from 220 to 485 pounds. It's a big cat. Carnivorous, preferring larger prey. Of course, they eat meat. They can live 10 to 12 years, but up to 23, I'm guessing, in captivity. The numbers of these tigers plummeted over the past century, largely because of hunting pressures. They died out in South Korea in 1922 and are virtually extinct in the north. There are probably no more than a dozen left in China. Thanks to strenuous conservation efforts, their numbers now stand at about 500 individuals in Russia. The strength of these tigers is such that adults can even overpower bears easily, although they more frequently hunt red deer and wild boar. That's incredible. A bear and a tiger. Wow. she's really passionate about conservation. So she's taught me a lot too, actually, about animals. And we have a lot of animals here at the apartment. Okay, the next is the Bengal tiger. The Bengal is the most common of the surviving races of tiger, and in terms of size, it rivals the Siberian tiger. Anywhere from 220 to 485 pounds, about the same weight. Carnivores, same lifespan. Tigers live solitary lives, hunting on their own. They are opportunistic hunters, favoring large quarry, and have been known to attack people on occasion. These man-eaters are often injured or infirm and can develop a taste for human flesh. Opportunistic, right? Tigers prefer to hunt by night, seizing their prey around the neck, and usually biting through the spinal cord to effect the kill. They can swim very well, often being found near water, and are also able to climb easily. Sorry about that, just had to cut. The neighbors were being kind of loud. Okay. Now, the next animal we're going to look at. I love tortoises, and the Aldabra tortoise is my favorite. I recently saw one at the zoo, and it was massive, and I'm so obsessed with it, but we're going to look at the Galapagos tortoise, which they say is the biggest, but I beg to differ. I think the Aldabra is the biggest, but the Galapagos tortoise. I'm sure you guys have heard of this guy. They're also going extinct, unfortunately, but beautiful animals. Love them. This is the world's largest tortoise. I think the Aldabras. Having grown huge on the islands where it occurs, giant tortoises also live in the Aldabran Islands off Africa. They can be anywhere from 475 to 550 pounds. That's about how big the one is I saw at the zoo. The Aldabra is like 600 pounds. But, I mean, if you saw it, like, huge, like Bowser. Herbivores, yep, grazing and browsing, even eats the prickly pear cactus. Interesting. Okay, this is the longest lived of all vertebrates. I mean, this is like, longest living animal pretty much, up to 152 years. I believe one lived to like 200 something years. Like, that's incredible. Okay, this archipelago of islands is named after these giant reptiles. Galapagos is the Spanish word for tortoise. I actually did not know that. So they're called tortoises. I did not know Galapagos was Spanish for tortoise. That's awesome. After their discovery, however, the tortoise population declined dramatically during the 1800s when visiting ships took large numbers on board for food. Why would you eat a turtle or a tortoise? Actually, there's another time for that. Today, the population stands at about 15,000 individuals spread across the various islands. Honestly, that's probably a lot less. I don't know what year this book's from. How the tortoises reached these remote volcanic islands is unclear, but their ancestors are thought to have been carried here on ocean currents from the American mainland. Yeah, where in the world they're restricted to the Galapagos Islands off South America's northwestern coast. 15 distinct races have been recognized, 3 of which are now extinct. Yeah, so that's where they live, and then in zoos. So that's the Galapagos tortoise. I guess that's the tortoise. So the next animal is a crustacean. It'll be the fiddler crab. And try to get some page flipping in here. Now the reason why I chose the fiddler crab is because fiddler crabs and ghost crabs are really common at the beaches where I live. And we love to go see them, me and my girlfriend. And one time I decided to pick one up and say hi, and he pinched me really hard, and it was really funny, and I had it coming. Fiddler crab. When picking up food, the small claw of the male fiddler crab creates the impression of a bow plucking a fiddle, corresponding to the larger claw. I just realized I didn't show you guys the picture. So fiddler crabs have like one really big claw and one really small claw. That's kind of their distinguishing trait. lifespan 2 to 3 years. After these crabs have mated, the fertilized eggs develop under the female's abdomen. Egg-carrying females are often described as sponge crabs because of their appearance. They will head back to the sea, where their eggs hatch into microscopic, free-swimming larvae called zoe. These then grow through a series of molts, with the older larvae known as a megalopa. The larvae finally change into miniature crabs and emerge onto land. At this stage, the sexes are indistinguishable. Yeah, they're everywhere. Anywhere there's a beach pretty much, but we see them a lot out here. Okay. Okay, the next animal, and unplanned, as kind of a water theme here. The next animal is the Nile crocodile. Okay, so let's get to that page. Honestly, I really hope you guys enjoy this one. Hoping it can be one of my best videos because this one's actually a lot of fun to do. You can probably tell I'm kind of excited about it. So, yeah, hope you guys are really enjoying it. Let me know in the comments what your favorite animals are, if any of them were in this video, and, if you guys enjoyed it and found it interesting. I'm even learning a lot because I haven't really taken the time to actually look through this book. Okay, the Nile crocodile, which is actually right next to the American alligator. So we got gators and crocs here. But we're gonna go over the Nile crocodile. These large and very dangerous crocodiles account for possibly several thousand human deaths every year. Wow. Lurking at the water's edge while remaining out of sight. Yeah, I saw, I think it was actually an alligator, but at the zoo, I'd never seen one in person, and when I saw it, they like, load up and wait. It was pretty cool. Wow. Okay, they can weigh anywhere from 1,500 to 2,205 pounds. That's incredible. Yeah, feed on fish, but mature adults kill larger mammalian prey. Youngsters hunt amphibians and larger areas. So they eat meat. 70 to 90 years, that's their lifespan. I did not know they could live that long. That's so cool. Alright. Nile crocodiles are highly efficient predators, often working collectively as demonstrated by the so-called death roll. Yeah, when one crocodile seizes and holds an animal while others dismember it by gripping its limbs and spinning around their bodies. I realize some of this isn't very relaxing talk, so sorry. They favor rivers but also occur in brackish water. It is very hard to spot a crocodile in the water, as these reptiles lie concealed with just the very top of the head, including their eyes above the waterline. That's what I was saying. Yeah, awesome. Alright, so keeping with the water theme, I just realized this is the last of the water theme. I think, yep. Oh no, it's not. Okay, but this is the great hammerhead shark. I did want to put a shark in here because I love sharks. And a lot of people think that they purposely hunt people, and they actually don't want to eat us. To be honest, they don't prefer to eat us. They think we're fish, and we're in their territory. Super misunderstood. Believe it or not, I actually saw a video, as you can see a theme here, I see a lot of these videos, of a woman swimming with a great white, and he was so cute. He was so cute. Okay, but this is the great hammerhead shark. Great hammerhead shark right there. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay. The amazing head shape of these fish is highly distinctive and is believed to help them pick up electrical signals emitted by their prey. That's cool. Anywhere from 507 to 992 pounds. Pregnant females can weigh up to almost 1,300 pounds. Wow, they're big. Let's see. Yeah, they eat rays, smaller sharks, squid, and bony fish. Obviously, they're carnivores. Can live from 20 to 30 years. One of the most remarkable features of hammerhead sharks is the way that females can give birth without mating. This this method of breeding known as parthenogenesis. If my girlfriend was here, she could say this, but had not been recorded in cartilaginous fish, although it is quite common in invertebrates. Tests confirm that the shark's DNA derived exclusively from its mother. The great hammerhead is not considered particularly dangerous to people. See? Alright, yeah, found throughout the world in water. Okay. Alright, next is a break from the water, and I only chose it because my nephew is the species. Yeah, and that's the Siberian Husky. We love Huskies. I love dogs, obviously. We do have a dog as well. His name's Sunny, and he is an Australian Shepherd Border Collie mix, and he's a pain in the butt. My nephew, my sister's dog, is named Roscoe, and he's really fat, and he's a little special, but we love him. And actually, he looks pretty much just like this picture, but way fatter, like a barrel. The Siberian Husky. Okay. Let's see, 35 to 60 pounds. I'm sorry to laugh, but Roscoe is like 90 pounds. It's not good. But yeah, 35 to 60 pounds is their normal weight. Sled dogs have played a vital role in the lives of people in the Arctic regions, probably none more so than this particular breed. Yeah, omnivores, we know what dogs eat. They eat kibble. That's what they eat in the wild do. Lifespan 11 to 12 years. Roscoe is actually, I believe, almost 12. Siberian Huskies in Alaska saved many lives in January 1925, when appalling weather conditions cut off the town of Nome, just as the local people were facing an outbreak of diphtheria. I don't know what that is. Sounds like some kind of intestinal thing. Working in relays, the sled pulling Huskies covered 674 miles in under 5 days to deliver 300,000 doses of life-saving antitoxin to the town. This averted a catastrophe, and in commemoration of this event, the Iditarod Trail Dog Sled Race has been held annually since 1967. That was cool. A lot of these facts are like about the animal itself, but that's so cool. I didn't know that. I'll have to tell Roscoe when I see him. Okay. Alright, next, we're actually going back to water real quick. I wanted to do the emperor penguin, and the reason why, I mean, they're just super amazing, but recently, and you can see this online, I read an article about, and scientists don't really know why, I guess, this emperor penguin swam like 2,000 miles in like a week, which is incredible on its own, and he lost like 50 pounds, and they had this picture of him. He was just like standing there like an absolute unit. But yeah, they don't know why he did that, but I just thought that was amazing that a living thing could do that. But yeah, we're gonna look at the emperor penguin. Look at him. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the males are the ones that like keep the eggs, right? Okay, the emperor penguin. These are the largest members of the penguin family today, but in the past there were giants that stood taller than a man. Wow, I didn't know that. Prehistoric penguins. Yeah, they can be up to 4 feet tall, weigh from 66 to 88 pounds, like a child. Let's see, they eat fish, crustaceans, and squid. Alright. They can live from 15 to 20 years. Emperor penguins face winds blowing up 112 miles per hour and temperatures as low as negative 80 degrees Fahrenheit or negative 62 Celsius for my non-American friends. Remarkably, they not only survive but also breed during the winter period when weather conditions are at their worst. The hen lays a single egg, which she passes to her mate. He carries it on his feet, insulated by a roll of skin serving as a brood pouch. That's so cute. Males then huddle together, not feeding for 9 weeks until their partners return. Yo, penguins are cool. Alright, that's incredible. honestly, I think it's her favorite animal in general, favorite living thing on Earth. And I recently have seen them in person, and they are freaking incredible. And that's the Komodo dragon, baby. Alright, ultimate killing machine. Look at that. I just love their little faces. Look at him. He knows. He knows he's a killer. Komodo dragon. Alright. So, yep, of course, the largest lizard in the world. The Komodo dragon is a formidable predator. Yes, it is. It has the ability to detect scents from over 2.5 miles away. I remember reading about that before. They can smell like that far. Yeah, they can weigh up to 366 pounds, get up to 10 feet long. I saw an adult one at a zoo, and he was huge. It was incredible. They really are dragons. They hunt deer and wild boar, also prey on goats, dig up turtle nests, and eat carrion. They can live from 30 to 50 years. I believe they eat each other, actually, too. They're huge. Komodo dragons have been known to attack and eat people, although such occurrences are rare. A bite from one of these lizards can be equally deadly, though, as their saliva contains about 50 different types of bacteria, and these can easily lead to fatal septicemia developing from an untreated wound. Yeah, that's why. That's a quote from my girlfriend. They are the ultimate killing machine. They have super sharp claws, super sharp teeth. Their tail is really powerful. It even says here this is a very powerful, and a blow can disable prey. It also helps the lizard to swim. They can swim, they can run, and they're not venomous, but they have 50 types of bacteria in their mouth. Like, it's incredible. They can disintegrate you. The teeth are large and serrated, allowing the lizard to gulp down large chunks of flesh at a single bite. There are only about 3,000 Komodo dragons surviving today. It's probably less now. I think a lot of them are in captivity too. They live, of course, in the Komodo Islands, but yeah, super incredible, formidable animals. Okie dokie, so, that was all the animals that I had written down, but I'm not really done yet. I kind of want to go over some more. So let's see what else we can discover and learn about in this book. Hope you guys are enjoying so far. Alright, so I just realized I'm only like 40 minutes in, so I still want to do a little bit more. Side note, if you can hear that clattering, there is a bird nest. I forgot what type of bird. My girlfriend's, they might be starlings. They're nesting outside of our apartment. Super cute, but super loud. Right there, but I do love hearing them sing in the morning. So if you hear that, it's the birdies, okay? Which is kind of, convenient for this video, right? Okay. Speaking of birds, actually, we haven't done a bird yet, so we're gonna do that next. And I chose the golden eagle. They don't have the bald eagle in here, but I chose the golden eagle, and I love eagles. One of my girlfriend's many jobs, actually, she teaches. She's a professor at universities, but she also works part-time at a local park, a state park, and actually a couple months ago she was on the news because their animal rehab center where she works, the conservation and rehab, they rescued a bald eagle, and it was a female. I forgot what was wrong with her, but they actually set her free after 4 months when she was healthy again, and they had it on the news, and it was really cool. Like, eagles are huge and beautiful. But anyway, this is a golden eagle here. Golden eagle. Okay. These magnificent eagles are a spectacular sight, able to attain speeds of 80 miles per hour. Oh my god, it's fast when pursuing prey. That's incredible. That's really fast. They frequent upland and often treeless areas. They can be from 6.6 to 13.4 pounds. It's pretty heavy for a bird. Their wingspan can be up to 7 feet. Wow. Yeah, hunt birds and mammals such as rabbits, sometimes even carrion. Up to 38 years in the wild, but 50 years in captivity. That's an old bird. Okay. These eagles have been heavily persecuted in the past in areas such as northern Scotland, where they will prey on young lambs, even where food is readily available. However, they are not common. Bears occupy large territories, which can extend up to 35 square miles. Well, I mean, yeah, they can move so fast. When breeding, they construct a very large, bulky nest, often on a rocky crag or in a tree, and the pair will return to the same site every year, adding to the nest. Wow. Yeah, Western Europe, North Africa, across Asia, North America, yeah, they're everywhere. Beautiful, beautiful animals. So that was the golden eagle. Now I want to show you guys why it's so hard to choose too. This book is like 450 pages long, and I'll show you the table of contents. You can see there's a leopard there, but it shows you like different types based on species, and just like I think based on like their King Henry, what is it? The acronym we used to learn in biology. Like based on their phylum or their species, whatever it is. But this is the other page. There's a red fox on this one. That's a red fox, not the comedian. From Sanford and Son. But anyway, so it's really hard to choose. I'm trying to see if there's any other birds, maybe, that we can look at, but, oh, you know what? I also really love apes. Gorillas, chimpanzees, you name it. So let's actually look at the gorilla page. Let's go to gorilla. Especially too because of this whole 100 men versus a gorilla thing. Crazy. I mean, I hate to say it, but I fall in trap into it. I like think about it a lot. So maybe let me know in the comments if you've made it this far into the video. Thank you, by the way, for watching. But let me know if you think 100 men can take a gorilla. My girlfriend actually doesn't think so. I mean, obviously they're very strong, but I mean 100 people. I mean, I don't know if one gorilla could do that, but the first couple people are dead. Yeah, gorillas are very powerful. Okay, let's look at the gorilla. Okay. I could be wrong, but this looks like a silverback gorilla. Honestly, in person, they really are kind of intimidating. You know, to me, what's really incredible about them is that, I mean, yeah, their weight, 132 to 606 pounds, relatively speaking. Like, sometimes these gorillas are, you know, a little bit bigger than a man, but like, how much stronger they are than a person is what's crazy. I mean, you could have like a 300-pound like bodybuilder, you know, all muscle, like Arnold Schwarzenegger in the 80s, and then have like a 300-pound gorilla, and that gorilla can like throw him like probably a few feet. You know, they're really big. So yeah, 132 to 606 pounds. They can get up to 71 inches tall. So I mean, yeah, that's huge. They can be almost like 7 feet tall. They feed mainly on leaves, also fruit, flowers, roots, and invertebrates, so bugs. Oleclated, detoxify plant matter, so they're actually herbivores, and I guess insectivores too. But they do have very sharp teeth. They can live up to 50 years. I bet they can live longer than that in captivity. In spite of their fearsome appearance, gorillas are not aggressive by nature. They live in small family groups, moving through their territory and making fresh beds of grass where they sleep each night. That's cute. They will climb trees on occasion, particularly the younger, more agile members of the group, to reach fruit. There are fears that aside from poaching, the Ebola virus may be decimating population of these great apes. Yeah, Ebola, that's crazy. I mean, they're probably susceptible to a lot of the diseases that we are, since they're pretty close to us, genetically. And yeah, it looks like they live in Africa mostly. But yeah, I remember at the zoo. We saw them recently, and there were two. They weren't silverbacks, but there were two like juvenile gorillas, and they were fighting, and they were like they had tactics. It was really interesting. Like they were like doing like jujitsu. They were like putting arm bars, and like one of the gorillas, he kept hiding himself under the brush, and then he'd jump out. Like, I wonder if they've always done that, or if they, just saw people doing that. I don't know, but obviously they were here first. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So that is the gorilla. Okay, let's see here. Like I said, I wanted to make this video a little bit longer, especially because it's been a little over a week since I posted my last video. And, my last video, the nature walk, is kind of on the same nature, fauna kind of theme. But I just wanted a video that you can kind of like play in the background. I don't think I'll continue to do that. Obviously, I have other ideas, but for the future, hopefully. But yeah, I just wanted, because that's a lot of times like a lot of my ASMR experience. When I first started watching it, I'd actually like to hear more about your guys' experiences with it too. So let me know in the comments. When I first started with ASMR, it was you had to sleep, relax for anxiety, things like that. But as my journey has progressed in the ASMR world in the last like 15 years, I just like kind of having it on in the background. Like if I'm like, reading or cleaning or doing something, so I hope these videos can do that for you guys. I was trying not to do like snakes or spiders or anything, just in case people are skittish from that, but I do love snakes. I was kind of arachnophobic, but I think tarantulas are cool, but we won't do any spiders. We will do a snake though, because I love snakes, so sorry if you don't like snakes. If you made it this far into the video, thank you, but you can just turn it off. And we're going to do the India python. Okay. Now the reticulated python is my favorite snake, and I also was told that I can't have one of those. There's a lot of animals I want. Okay, so we're going to look at the India python, and then I think we're going to do one more after that. Okay, and that should do it. Okay, so India python, okay. Some of these are at the end of the book, so it's a little bit to be careful. The table. The king cobra. Also, fun fact that my girlfriend taught me, if most the snakes that have king in their name, that means they eat other snakes. India python. I really just think snakes are so beautiful. I love, handling them. I mean, they're really incredible creatures. I mean, their biology is amazing. They're like all muscle. And I just think that they have such a diversity, and their appearance is beautiful. This is the India python. Okay. These snakes grow to a large size. They do not represent a serious danger to people, but they are frequently killed out of fear. See, a lot of people don't realize. I mean, actually, like, same thing with spiders. I realized, like, the actual, like, amount of, like, venomous, like spiders and snakes in comparison to, like, how many species there are in the world, it's actually a pretty low percentage. These can be up to 200 pounds. Yeah, they can get up to 21 feet long. Yeah, the reticulated python can get like 50 feet long. They're beautiful animals. Yeah, they eat mammals, birds. They are obviously carnivorous. 20 to 30 year lifespan. Indian pythons tend to ambush their prey rather than being active hunters. They are equipped with heat-sensitive pits and the scales on the upper lip, enabling them to detect potential quarry even in total darkness. Yeah. As a constrictor, the Indian python wraps itself around the animal, preventing it from breathing. The victim will be swallowed head first. These snakes eat relatively infrequently, sometimes going several weeks without food. They are often found close to water and can swim Isn't that so cool? Snake swimming. Okay, so that was the Indian python, and I know which animal we're gonna do last. It is one of my favorite animals as well. Not as much as bears, of course, but this animal is a cutie, and a lot of people love them, and they've become a kind of a part of popular culture as well. And that is the capybara. And I need to see what page it is real quick. They're so cute. They're like, oh, there it is. They're giant rodents. They're beautiful. They're like a giant guinea pig, and actually the guinea pig is a few pages before that. Okay, the capybara, and that'll do it. Once again, if you've made it this far into the video, really appreciate your time, and I hope that means that you are, great white shark, hope that means that you are enjoying this video. Like I said, I hope it can be educational, but also interesting, and just something that you can kind of play in the background. Oh yeah, elephants too, I love elephants. Okay, the capybara. Look at him. I just think they're so cute. Like they're like little, people have them as pets, obviously. I've seen them like get along with dogs and stuff. Just a giant guinea pig. I don't know if it's gonna say it in here, but apparently they're actually really friendly with other animals. These particular rodents are semi-aquatic and are found close to water where they browse on vegetation. They live in groups led by a male. Yeah, get up to 35 pounds, 32 inches long, a couple feet. They're like the size of a small, well, not small, they're like the size of like a medium-sized dog. Like Sunny, our dog. It's about the size of a capybara. Yeah, they eat grass and herbage, clipping this effectively with their incisor teeth. They can live 5 to 7 years in the wild and up to 15 in captivity. Yeah, so like a dog or a cat. The dominant male in the group has a large scent gland on the nose, with which he marks in areas he feeds on vegetation. A typical group consists of 10 to 30 individuals, but larger aggregations of up to 100 have been observed. These rodents have big appetites, with each adult consuming 8 pounds of vegetation daily. Wow. I guess they need it. As a result of the hinging of the jaw, the capybara will grind its food back and forth rather than side to side. Interesting. Yeah, South America, Panama, Colombia, Argentina, the Guineas. So they're in South America a lot. I actually thought that they were in Australia, but interesting, okay. Alright, so that was the capybara. So, animals. Actually, if you want this book, it's at Barnes & Noble for sure. I saw it on the Book Annex again. You can probably find it there. Fascinating wildlife from around the world. Super fascinating book. Yeah, over 400 species in here. It's like almost 500 pages. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. I had a lot of fun making it. It was supposed to be posted last night. Fun fact, little behind the scenes, but I recorded like a 55-minute video and I just wasn't happy with it, to be honest. And after post-production editing, it just didn't turn out right. And it was like 2 in the morning and I had to go to work today and blah blah blah. So I hope this one is better. This reshoot is better. Like I said, I tried to get this one to be about an hour long so that it can be a little longer form. But anyway, like I said, I just want to say again, thank you everybody. Thank you so much for subscribing and just being a part of this channel and this journey for me. Trying to do something creative for a while, and I feel like I found a niche with that. I've been a fan of ASMR, as I said before, for like 15 years. Yeah, so I hope to continue to make videos. I mean, I would really love one day to get to a point where I can put more time, effort, money, into production and get a nice camera, things like that, and make, fun videos for you guys, but that are more, like higher quality. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Please comment, subscribe, share. I really comments, honestly, I would really enjoy. I like talking with you guys and getting feedback and just different people around the world commenting. You know, it's really nice, it's special. So, like I said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. I have a lot of ideas for future videos that I want to try. Like I said, I try to post once a week now if I can. I realized that when I post 2 videos at once, I thought that'd be good, but I think something with the algorithm messes it up so that only one of them gets views or something like that. I know that my role plays have been my more popular videos, and you know, I would like to do more. I just felt like I was running out of ideas. I didn't want to repeat too much. I know the librarian video has like 1,300 views, which that was a big deal to me. I like to have a video past 1,000 views, but anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys in the next videos, hopefully in a week. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you've made it this far and all the way through the video, I mean, that means a lot. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it. But yeah, have a great night, sweet dreams. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something new about wonderful animals around the world that we have, and that we're blessed to live here with on this rock. So hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, this has been me, Bittersweet Calliope ASMR. I'm gonna try that, by the way. If you made it this far, you'll know. I'm gonna try to make that my intro. It's me, Bittersweet Calliope ASMR.